Welcome, Juggalos and wrestling fans everywhere. Today we are diving deep into the wild, bloody, never say die world of Juggalo Championship Wrestling, specifically their groundbreaking weekly YouTube series, JCW Lunacy. This is not just another indie wrestling show. This is the story of a promotion that started with a VHS tape in a basement and has survived 27 years of ups, downs, name, changes, mainstream crossovers, and now a full-on Russo revolution. We are talking character storylines that hook you from the opening match to the main event and a future that is about to explode in Las Vegas. Buckle up, family. This is the complete breakdown beginning, middle, now, and what is coming next. Let us go all the way back to the beginning. 1996. Insane Clown Posse, Violent J, and Shaggy 2 Dope are blowing up in the underground rap scene with their dark carnival mythology. But these clowns had another obsession: wrestling. Real hardcore deathmatch, no holds barred wrestling. They drop a VHS called ICP Strangle Mania. It is not original footage, it is Japanese deathmatch from FMW and other outlaw promotions overdubbed with Jay and Shaggy's hilarious foul mouth commentary. They are cracking jokes, hyping the violence, turning it into something only Juggalos could love. That tape becomes a massive underground hit. Fans are trading copies like crazy. Billboard even charts it. Suddenly, ICP realizes their Juggalo family is starving for wrestling content that feels like them raw, unfiltered, and fun as hell. Fast forward to December 17th, 1997. ICP teams up with local Detroit booker Dan Curtis and hosts ICP's Strangle Mania Live at the sold-out St. Andrews Hall. It is their first real live event, a wild mix of hardcore wrestling and Juggalo energy. 1 year later, they run another Strangle Mania-style show called Hellfire Wrestling, followed by an 80-city tour. The seeds are planted. Then on December 19th, 1999, history is made. Juggalo Championshit Wrestling officially launches. Yes, Championshit, that is how they spelled it back then, full Juggalo attitude. 17-year-old ref Brian Gorey and commentator Dave Prazik help book it. Early cards are loaded with rappers using parody wrestler names, local indie talent, and plenty of blood and barbed wire. It is pure ECW-inspired hardcore with that dark carnival twist. They release volumes on VHS and later DVD, Strangle Mania Tours live events, and the fans eat it up. The early 2000s are a roller coaster. JCW tours cities, runs shows tied to ICP's gathering of the Juggalos and builds a loyal cult following. They even get featured in the backyard wrestling video games. But it's not all smooth. Financial issues, pop-up talent comes and goes, and the Championshit name keeps it very underground. Some fans love the edge, others wonder if it is holding them back from bigger things. By 2007, they drop the shit and rebrand to Juggalo Championship Wrestling. It is a subtle shift toward legitimacy while keeping the hardcore roots. They focus more on real independent wrestlers, deathmatch legends, and storylines that actually connect with the audience. JCW keeps grinding through the 2010s by weekly events, IPPV, their own wrestling school. They are never the biggest promotion, but they refuse to die. That Juggalo loyalty, it is ironclad. Ups and downs plenty. But every time the lights dim, ICP and the family turn them back on brighter. Now let us talk about the massive connection that ties everything together, the Attitude Era and Vince Russo. Back in 1998, during the height of the Monday Night Wars, ICP actually worked with the World Wrestling Federation back when it was still WWF. They were there to promote their music drops and promos and get their album played on TV. Who was one of the key creative forces behind that chaotic, edgy, character-driven era? None other than Vince Russo. Russo was the head writer who helped transform WWF from a dying product ratings as low as 1.8 into the unstoppable juggernaut of the Attitude Era. Under Russo's pen, every wrestler became a full-blown character, not just moves and tights. Storylines ran from the opening match to the main event. Sex, violence, humor, swerves, cliffhangers, it was must-see TV, and the numbers proved it. Russo's era delivered the highest ratings in pro wrestling television history. Monday Night Raw was pulling 6s, 7s, even an 8.1 at its peak, numbers no promotion has touched since. WCW's 83-week winning streak shattered. Russo's philosophy was simple: give the fans characters they care about, storylines that matter, and never let the show get boring. That attitude changed wrestling forever. Fast forward to 2025. JCW has been running their weekly YouTube series called JCW Lunacy for a while, raw, unfiltered shot in front of passionate crowds, dropping every Thursday on the Psychopathic Records channel. It is growing, but it needs that extra spark. Enter the mystery investor storyline. For weeks, Lunacy teases a powerful new backer. Then on the Thanksgiving 2025 episode, around episode 60, the reveal hits like a chair shot. Vince Russo himself walks out as the new majority owner and investor. He He is not just putting money in, he is taking the creative reins. Russo brings his full Crash TV Attitude Era playbook, shorter matches, heavy backstage segments, promos that cut deep, and storylines that hook you week to week. No more wrestlers, just wrestling. Every single person on the card has a character, a motive, a feud. Even the undercard matches feel important because the stories bleed into everything. For the last 5 months, Russo has been writing Lunacy like it is 1999 all over again. Characters are popping, swerves are landing, the product feels alive. We have seen Big Vito as the protector of the investment power struggles with Violent J Women's Division Fire Tag Team Wars, and so much more. Russo even addressed the Juggalos, directly promising to put the attitude back into wrestling. And just recently, in episode 77 on April 2nd, 2026, the 5-month power struggle storyline reached its explosive conclusion in the Deadly Resolution main event. Team Violent J, Too Tough Tony, and Willie Mack faced off against Team Big Vito in a war for control of the company. After absolute chaos, blood interference, a wild brawl, Violent J and his team pulled out the victory. The result, Violent J and Vince Russo are now 50-50 owners of JCW. The Duke of the Wicked is back in power, and the future has never looked more unpredictable. Lunacy is proving that Russo's formula still works, characters over everything, storylines that make you come back every week, and it is all free on YouTube. Here is the bigger picture and why this matters for all of wrestling. Since the Attitude Era ended, mainstream wrestling on TV has lost millions of viewers. The big promotions shifted toward athletic spot fests and long matches, but somewhere along the way they forgot the characters. The soap opera drama. The reason families gathered around the TV every Monday. Ratings have plummeted from those historic highs. Russo himself has said it, for years wrestling needs characters, not just wrestlers. And right now on YouTube, JCW Lunacy is delivering exactly that. It is the closest thing we have for the wild, must-see energy that made wrestling appointment television. Every episode feels like a throwback and a fresh evolution at the same time. So what is next for this 27-year-old promotion that refuses to die? The future is crystal clear, and it is going to be massive. On April 17, 2026, just weeks from now, JCW presents Strangle Mania Viva Las Violence at the Horseshoe Hotel and Casino Event Center in Las Vegas as part of GCW's collective. This is the big one. Legends, icons, hardcore violence, and the full Juggalo spectacle hitting Sin City. Tickets are on sale now. This is the event that could put JCW on an even bigger map. With Violent J back as co-owner, Russo steering the ship creatively, and Lunacy growing every single week, the Juggalo Championship Wrestling train has no brakes. From a VHS tape in 1996 to weekly YouTube dominance in 2026, JCW has lived through every era of wrestling. They have had the lows, celebrated the highs, and now they are writing a brand new chapter with a man who once wrote the highest rated wrestling in history. If you love character storylines and wrestling that actually feels dangerous and fun again, tune into JCW Lunacy every Thursday. Support the family. Grab your tickets for Strangle Mania in Vegas. The Dark Carnival is alive, the whoop whoop is louder than ever, and the Lunacy is just getting started.